Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're tackling a major shake-up in Japan's media industry, the resignation of Fuji TV's chairman Shuji Kano and President Koichi Minato. This isn't just another corporate leadership change, it's a scandal that has revealed serious cracks in the governance and accountability of one of Japan's largest broadcasters. So, what exactly happened? Let's break it down. The controversy began when it was reported that a Fuji TV employee was involved in a personal dispute between former SMAP member Masahiro Nakai and a woman. This seemingly private issue spiraled into a major public relations crisis. When the media and public questioned Fuji TV's handling of the situation, critics accused the company of failing to properly address the matter, with some alleging a lack of transparency and accountability at the highest levels of leadership. Fast forward to January the 27th, Fuji Media Holdings, the parent company of Fuji TV, announced that both Kano and Minato would resign. Their decision, they said, was to take responsibility for the company's inadequate response to the scandal. But was this really a voluntary move? Many insiders believe it was a forced resignation to protect the company's reputation. Now, let's zoom out for a moment and talk about the bigger picture. Why is this such a big deal? First, we need to understand Fuji TV's position in Japan's media landscape. It's one of the most influential broadcasters in the country, with a history of shaping public opinion and driving cultural trends. When a company of this magnitude gets embroiled in a scandal, it's not just about one or two executives. It's about the trust and credibility of the entire media industry. This brings us to the first major issue: corporate accountability. In Japan, there's a growing demand for transparency and responsibility from corporations, especially in the media sector. The public expects media companies to uphold the highest ethical standards, because they play such a critical role in shaping society. When scandals like this happen, it erodes public trust, not just in the company, but in the media as a whole. Let's also talk about the response from Fuji TV. To be blunt, it was a mess. Initial press conferences failed to provide clear answers, and there was no mention of an independent investigation. This lack of clarity only fueled public skepticism. In a world where information spreads at lightning speed, a poorly handled crisis can do irreparable damage to a company's reputation. Fuji TV's case also highlights a broader problem in Japanese corporate culture: the tendency to protect the institution at all costs. Many critics have pointed out that the resignation of Kano and Minato feels like a classic case of scapegoating. By removing the top executives, the company might hope to draw a line under the scandal without addressing deeper systemic issues. This brings us to the next big question: what does this mean for Japan's media industry? First, it underscores the need for better governance and oversight. Media companies aren't just businesses, they're pillars of democracy and public accountability. Scandals like this remind us of the importance of ethical journalism and transparent leadership. If Fuji TV wants to regain public trust, it needs to go beyond superficial changes and implement meaningful reforms. Second, this incident could serve as a wake-up call for other media organizations. In an era of declining trust in traditional media, companies need to work harder than ever to maintain their credibility. That means being proactive, transparent, and accountable, not just when a scandal breaks, but every single day. But the implications of this scandal go beyond the media industry. It also raises questions about power dynamics in Japanese society. For years, there's been criticism of the cozy relationships between big corporations, media outlets, and political elites. These relationships often lead to a lack of scrutiny and accountability, allowing scandals to be swept under the rug. The Fuji TV case could spark a broader conversation about the need for structural change, not just in media, but across all sectors of Japanese society. Now, let's talk about the public reaction. Unsurprisingly, the resignations have been met with mixed responses. Some people see it as a necessary step to restore trust in Fuji TV, while others view it as a PR stunt that doesn't address the root cause of the problem. On social media, the term "cutting off the lizard's tail" has been trending, a reference to the practice of sacrificing lower or mid-level employees to protect the organization as a whole. In this case, it's not just the lizard's tail being cut, it's the head. But will that be enough to satisfy the public? Finally, Let's talk about the future. Where does Fuji TV go from here? The company has already announced that Kenji Shimizu, a senior executive from Fuji Media Holdings, will take over as the new president. But leadership changes alone won't solve the deeper issues at play. To truly move forward, Fuji TV needs to take 3 key steps. Launch an independent investigation. The company needs to show that it's serious about uncovering the truth and addressing any systemic problems. Improve crisis management. This scandal has shown that Fuji TV was unprepared to handle public backlash. Building a robust crisis response system is essential for preventing future PR disasters. Rebuild public trust. This is the hardest and most important step. It will require consistent transparency, ethical decision-making, and a commitment to high journalistic standards. Alright. That's it for today's analysis. The Fuji TV scandal is a reminder of how fragile public trust can be, and how quickly it can be lost. But it's also an opportunity for growth and change. Whether Fuji TV seizes that opportunity remains to be seen. What do you think? Was the resignation of Kano and Minato enough? Or does Fuji TV need to do more? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of our future updates. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.